Still with Fjortov, that's good work. Fjortov, he wanted that one himself, and he's got it. My goal all the way, says Jens Fjortov. Started and finished by
Back in Norway after some intense but very, very funny and good days in the English Premier League. As Norwegians, very proud, of course, of the performance of our boys. Martin Ødegaard, captain Arsenal on Friday, maybe not his best game, but he was leading his team to a great start of the season at Selhurst Park and Crystal Palace. And then, of course, Saturday with Nunez and the atmosphere, Craven Cottage, was just brilliant. It was just brilliant. And the interviews afterwards with the small rooms and everything, and a great chat with Jurgen Klopp and so on. Great Saturday as well. But I think the highlight was, of course, on Sunday. It was West Ham against Manchester City. And after that Community Shield, where apparently Erling was all gone, he was in the pocket of Van Dijk and so on, but still managed to create 3 chances. I did an article in Daily Mail, and I said, just wait, he will explode. Of course he will. It's not that I am so wise, it's just predictable with Erling Braut Haaland. Erling Braut Haaland, his runs, I mean, I guess the 2 goals were quite typical for the way he plays. First of all, as I always say, this man got never in offside. Will probably next weekend, if he goes in offside, you will send me some messages. But his runs are unbelievable. And yes, the time that he needs to adjust, and his teammates need to adjust to him, and vice versa. That's why these 2 goals were so important, because he will always create the space for himself, and then he will kind of, with his body language, send a signal to his teammates, this is the place I want the ball. He creates the space himself, and then you have players like De Bruyne, Silva, Mahrez, Foden, Grealish. I mean, there's so many players in that team, in that Manchester City team, who can give him those passes. And when he comes 1-on-1 against a goalkeeper, you know he will score. That's just what he's doing now, and he's done all his football career. So that was a big relief, of course, I think, for everybody. I mean, I spoke to his dad. I had his dad at halftime, and we spoke about that, and I asked him about how nervous he was, and he was with his family standing in the stand with the Manchester City fans, and he said when Erling, his son, then made a penalty, he said 200 turned around and filmed him with the iPhone. Of course, as a dad, he's not just an advisor, he's also his dad, of course. Then you just feel, this goal is so important. And Pep Guardiola said after the game that he was very happy that he just shows the courage, take the ball, I want to take the penalty, so no Manchester City will have a penalty taker. And you also know that he had his first goal, and from there on, it was all a matter of when he would score his next. And it was a brilliant Grealish. Take a look at the video of that game and see how Grealish somehow keeps the ball, played into midfield, then to De Bruyne waiting. Erling creates the space for himself, and De Bruyne, I'm not saying only he can, but he may be the best in the world to do that. De Bruyne to Haaland, I think that is a sentence we will hear a lot this season. So 2-0, and he could have scored a hat-trick, as he said afterwards. We got him an interview. Sky Sport had him an interview when he used some swear words, tried to explain that he wanted to have that hat-trick, especially from the situation where Gundogan set him up. But I had him afterwards talking about this thing of scoring that first goal. I was also there in Augsburg when he scored his first goal for Dortmund. He scored a hat-trick against Augsburg at that time, and this time as well. It's not easy to see how he feels, how he's in there, how he's in his mind when he have those kind of things. So I asked him, although his body language says he's very, very cool, but he said, no, inside I'm very, very happy, of course. I'm so happy for myself and for my family. This is a family who stick together, and everybody happy then, I guess, except West Ham. I spoke to David Moyes. Moyes said, you have to stop De Bruyne. Of course, Erling Haaland will do great runs, and I saw that at the Community Shield as well, he said, but you have to stop De Bruyne. So he was a bit unhappy with that, but he said sometimes you just have to respect as David Moyes always do, with performance against them. And remember the last home game, I guess they were 2-0 up, and it was 2-2 at the end. But Erling Braut Haaland scoring his first goal in Premier League is still 1 goal behind his dad, who has scored 3 goals at Manchester City. Alfie thought, his dad thought, I mean, when you score 3 goals, you have to remember them, don't you? But I got a feeling that I think that is the understatement of this Monday after the game, that record of his dad will be beaten very, very quickly. So Erling Braut Haaland is off. This won't be the last time I speak about goals of his, but I must say also as a striker, seeing all the great strikers in England, and especially at this moment, Nunez at Liverpool and Erling at Manchester City, it just warmed my heart. This was Jan Fjørtoft from an airport in Oslo. See you soon.